Grant Solomon was a standout on the Grace Christian Academy baseball team in Franklin, Tennessee. But Grant Solomon barely made it to his 18th birthday. He died in 2020, and not everybody was convinced that it was an accident. As the story goes, Grant met up with his dad at a baseball training facility. But as Grant was walking to the back of his truck to get his equipment, the truck somehow began to roll, and then somehow rolled right over Grant, dragging him to his death. Grant's dad, Aaron Solomon, a former TV news anchor in Nashville, was parked right beside Grant when it happened. But Aaron says he was looking down at an email on his phone and that's all he knows. There were no other witnesses, and as far as police and Aaron Solomon are concerned, Grant died in a tragic freak accident. But here's where things go sideways. Grant's little sister does not buy Dad's story. Gracie Solomon thinks her father has something to do with her brother's death, and furthermore claims that her father did bad things to her as well. On YouTube and elsewhere, Gracie has claimed that her father sexually abused her for years and suggested that the abuse is what cost her brother his life. Take a listen.
God protecting me from my father, Aaron Solomon. My father's a monster. It makes me want to vomit. I've been minimalized, but now I found my voice to be able to tell you that my father raped me, hurt me, and I'm not going to be a victim of this monster. He's a rapist, he's a molester, he's a liar, and he's a killer.
It is safe to say that Gracie's story has virtually lit the internet on fire. Aaron Solomon is denying everything, going so far as to sue his ex-wife, Angie, for defamation. To be clear, no charges have ever been filed against Aaron Solomon. My next guest has been following all of this closely. Her Chronicles of Olivia on TikTok boast 1.1 million followers and more than 50 million likes. Here she is covering an allegation that Grant was being physically abused by his dad, Aaron, as well, and also that his school allegedly ignored Grant's pleas for help.
Breaking news, we have an update with the Grant Solomon case. Remember how right before he mysteriously died, he went to his school to ask for help because of the abuse happening in his family from his father. Well, now his school is under fire because concerned citizens of Tennessee have filed a complaint against them. It has documentation showing that the school failed to report the abuse happening to Grant and his family.
Olivia Vitale has also covered the Idaho student murders and the Gabby Petito tragedy, and she is here with me now live. Olivia, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. It's really good to have you on. Can you walk me through some of the inconsistencies that you have found in this story?
Yes, there's many inconsistencies, one of them being that during the 911 call that Aaron Solomon had, he mentioned that there were three other men with him. However, in the police report, those three other men are not mentioned. And also, he tells a story that Grant was dragged into the ditch, and there's rocks in the ditch, there's asphalt in the parking lot, and at the hospital, Grant had no scratches, no bruises, he just had a laceration to the back of his head, so that does not corroborate his story of him being dragged on concrete and asphalt into a ditch.
So the mom, Angie, says that the abuse allegedly goes back to 2013. What are the allegations? What kind of abuse are they saying happened?
In May of 2013, that is when Gracie told her mother about what her father was doing to her in the bathroom. These are sexual abuse allegations. And Angie confronted Aaron about this. He actually admitted to this, she tells me. And the next thing she knew, she was back in court. And for the next 7 years, I mean, it was just a court battle. Sometimes Aaron would take the children away from Angie and even tell the kids that their mother was dead. And when Grant turned 18 years old, he planned to actually get full custody of his little sister to protect her. And before he could do that, he passes away. So it's just very suspicious. And many of Grant's friends even attest that he was going to do this. This really meant a lot to him. And he loved his sister very much and his mother.
It's so tragic, and it's important to let our audience know these are allegations. Aaron Solomon has not been charged with any kind of abuse that is alleged. Also, not with the death of his son, but it is so disturbing. Olivia Vitale, thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll come back again and talk with us again as you continue the investigation.
Thank you for having me on your show, Ashleigh.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.